First dates are nerve-wracking. For both of you. She spent an hour getting ready. She texted her friend on the way there. She is hoping, really hoping, that this one is different. So here are 5 first dates she will actually enjoy. And this is coming from a girl. So, the first one, and this one takes a little planning, but that's the whole point, is a walk with a destination. Not just any walk, not let's just see where we end up. Before the date, you go find a bench, a specific one, somewhere with a view, a park, a hillside, somewhere overlooking something, somewhere that feels like it was made for a quiet conversation. And then you plan the whole date around getting there. You pick her up, you start walking, you talk, you move through the world together before you've even sat down. And then, at exactly the right moment, you get there. The bench, the view, the two of you sitting down with nowhere else to be. Here's why this works. Walking side by side removes the pressure of sitting face to face, staring at each other across a table, trying to think of the next thing to say. You're moving, you're reacting to things together. The conversation happens naturally. And then the bench, the fact that you found it beforehand, that you planned the whole thing around this one spot, she will feel that. She might not say it out loud, but she will feel it. And that bench, that specific bench, that specific view, will mean something to her for a long time after. Second, and I want to be upfront about this one, this is really going to depend on the person. Not every girl will love this, but the right girl, the one who is worth impressing, will absolutely love this. You go to a bookstore together. And the rule is simple. You each pick a book for the other one. Not for yourself, for them. You walk around separately, you take your time, and you choose something that made you think of her. Then you find somewhere to sit. A cafe nearby, somewhere simple. And you swap. You don't even have to read it right there. That's not the point. The point is the conversation it starts. Why did you pick this one? What made you think of me? Those questions open something up that small talk never could. And then she goes home. Days pass. Weeks pass. She picks up the book. And she thinks of you. Every single time she reads it. You gave her something that keeps giving. Long after the date is over. Long after she's forgotten what you ordered for coffee. That's the date. Third, and this one I have to be honest about, I haven't done this one myself, but a friend of mine did, on a first date. And even though it didn't work out with that guy, she still talks about that date. Years later, she still talks about it. You go to a thrift store together, and the rule is you each pick an outfit for the other one. That's it. That's the whole date. Now, think about what that actually involves. You have to look at her. Really look at her. What colors would suit her? What fits her personality? What would make her laugh? And she's doing the same for you. There is something about being seen like that, about someone thinking about how you look, what would suit you, what would make you smile, that is quietly, deeply intimate. And it's fun. That's the other thing. It is just genuinely fun. You'll laugh, you'll be ridiculous. You'll find something terrible and hold it up across the store, and she'll shake her head and you'll both crack up. Those are the moments people remember. Not the fancy dinners, not the impressive restaurants. The moments where something spontaneous happened and you were both just there for it. Fourth, and this one is simple, but simple done well is almost always the right answer. A picnic, A real one. Thought about. Put together. You picked the spot. You brought the food. You thought about what she might like. Maybe she mentioned something once, and it's sitting there in the basket. There is no menu to hide behind. No waiter appearing every 10 minutes. No background noise filling the silence. Just the two of you. Outside. With time. And time is the thing. A picnic doesn't rush. It doesn't have a natural endpoint. It just continues for as long as it's good. And if it's going well, and it probably will be, you'll both quietly agree to stay a little longer, and then a little longer after that. That's when you know.
And fifth, this one might be the most important one on the list. It's the one that tells her everything. Earlier, before the date, in a conversation, maybe even weeks ago, she said something. A place she'd been meaning to try, an exhibition she mentioned once, a food she said she'd never had but always wanted to. Something small. Something she probably forgot she even said. And you remembered. And you built the entire date around it. That is not just a good date. That is a man who listens. A man who pays attention. A man who thought about her before she even got there. Women talk about this. Not the date itself, the fact that he remembered. It tells her something about who you are before you've said a single word about yourself. It says, I was listening. I was thinking about you. You matter enough to actually pay attention to. You cannot fake that. You cannot replicate it with a fancy restaurant. You cannot buy your way to that feeling. It only comes from one thing: actually caring. 5 dates. All of them different, but all of them built on the same thing. You thought about her before she arrived. That's what she'll remember. Not the view from the bench, not the book you picked, not the ridiculous outfit from the thrift store. She'll remember that you cared enough to plan. And that is always the best first date.